Section 281. Markandeya said it was on the breast of that very hill where Rama was seated with those foremost of monkeys that great monkey chiefs at the command of Sugriva began to flock together. The father-in-law of Vali, the illustrious Sushena, accompanied by 1,000 crores of active apes, came to Rama, and those two foremost of monkeys, endued with mighty energy, Kaya and Gavaksha, each accompanied by 100 crores of monkeys, showed themselves there. And O King Gavaksha, also of terrible mien and endued with a bovine tail, showed himself there, having collected 60,000 crores of monkeys, and the renowned Gandhamadana, dwelling on the mountains of the same name, collected 100,000 crores of monkeys, and the intelligent and mighty monkey, known by the name of Panasa, mustered together 52 crores of monkeys, and that foremost and illustrious of monkeys, named Dadimukha of mighty energy, mustered a large army of monkeys possessed of terrible prowess, and Jambuvan showed himself there with 100,000 crores of black bears of terrible deeds and faces, having the Tilaka mark, and these and many other chiefs of monkey chiefs, countless in number, O king, came there for aiding Rama's cause, and endued with bodies huge as mountain peaks, and roaring like lions. Loud was the roar that was heard there, made by those monkeys, running restlessly from place to place, and some of them looked like mountain peaks, and some looked like buffaloes, and some were of the hue of autumnal clouds, and the faces of some were red as vermilion, and some rose high, and some fell down, and some cut capers, and some scattered the dust, as they mustered together from various directions. And that monkey army, vast as the sea at full tide, encamped there at Sugriva's bidding. And after those foremost of monkeys had mustered from every direction, the illustrious descendant of Raghu, with Sugriva by his side, set out in an auspicious moment of a very fair day, under a dusky constellation, under a lucky constellation, accompanied by that host arrayed in order of battle, as if for the purpose of destroying all the worlds. And Hanuman, the son of a wind god, was in the van of that host, while the rear was protected by the fearless son of Sumitra, and surrounded by the monkey chiefs, those princes of Raghu's house, with fingers cast in guana skin, shone as they went like the sun and the moon in the midst of the planets. And that monkey host, armed with stones and sala and thala trees, looked very much like a far extending field of corn under the morning sun. And that mighty army, protected by Nala and Nila and Angada and Krata and Mainda and Dvivida, marched forth for achieving the purpose of Raghava, and encamping successively without interruption of any kind on wide and healthy tracts and valleys, abounding with fruits and roots and water and honey and meat. The monkey host at last reached the shores of the briny sea, and like unto a second ocean, that mighty army, with its countless colors, having reached the shores of sea, took up its abode there. Then the illustrious son of Dasharatha, addressing Sugriva amongst all those foremost monkeys, spoke unto him these words that were suited to the occasion. His army is large, the ocean also is difficult to cross. What contrivance, therefore, commands itself to thee for crossing the ocean? At these words many vainglorious monkeys answered, We are fully able to cross the sea. This answer, however, was not of much use, as all could not avail of that means. Some of the monkeys proposed to cross the sea in boats, and some of rafts of some various kinds. Rama, however, conciliating them all, said, This cannot be. The sea here is full 100 yojanas in width. All the monkeys, ye heroes, will not be able to cross it. This proposal, therefore, that ye have made is not consonant to reason. Besides, we have not the number of boats necessary for carrying all our troops. How again can one like us raise such obstacles on the way of the merchants? Our army is very large. The foe will make a great havoc if a hole is detected. Therefore, to cross the sea in boats and rafts doth not recommend itself to me. I will, however, pray to the ocean for the necessary means. Foregoing food, I will lie down on the shore. He will certainly show himself to me. If, however, he doth not show himself, I will chastise him then by means of my great weapons, that are more blazing than fire itself, and are incapable of being baffled. Having said these words, both Rama and Lakshmana touched water, and duly laid themselves down on a bed of kusha grass on the seashore. The divine and illustrious ocean, then that lord of male and female rivers, surrounded by aquatic animals, appeared unto Rama in a vision. In addressing Rama in sweet accents, the genius of the ocean, surrounded by countless mines of gems, said, O son of Kausalya, tell me what aid, O bull among men, I am to render thee. I also have sprung from the race of Ikshaku, and am therefore a relative of thine. Rama replied unto him, saying, O Lord of rivers, male and female, I desire thee to grant me a way for my troops passing along, which I may slay the 10-headed Ravana, that wretch of Pulastya's race. If thou dost not grant the way I beg of thee, I will then drive thee up by means of my celestial arrows, inspired with mantras. And hearing these words of the Rama, the genius of Varuna's abode, joining his hands, answered in great affliction, I do not desire to put any obstacle in thy way. I am no foe of thine. Listen, O Rama, to these words, and having listened, do what is proper. If at thy command I get a way for the passage of thy army, others then from strength of their bows will command me to do the same. In thy army there is a monkey of the name of Nala, who is a skillful mechanic, and endued with great strength. Nala is the son of Tashtri, the divine artificer of the universe, and whether it is wood or grass or stone that he will throw into my waters, I will support the same on my surface, and thus wilt thou have a bridge over which to pass. And having said these words, the genius of the ocean disappeared. And Rama, awaking, called Nala unto him and said, Build thou a bridge over the sea. Thou alone, I am sure, art be able to do it. And it was by this means that the descendant of Kakutsthas is caused a bridge to be built that was 10 yojanas in width and 100 yojanas in length. And to this day that bridge is celebrated over the world by the name of Nala's Bridge. And having completed that bridge, Nala, of body huge as a hill, came away at the command of Rama. And while Rama was on this side of the ocean, the virtuous Vibhishana, the brother of the king of the Rakshasas, accompanied by 4 of his counselors, came on to Rama, and the high-souled Rama received him with a due welcome. Sugriva, however, feared, thinking he might be a spy. The son of Raghu, meanwhile, perfectly satisfied with Vibhishana in consequence of the sincerity of his exertions and the many indications of his good conduct, worshipped him with respect. And he also installed Vibhishana in the sovereignty of all the Rakshasas, and made him his own junior counselor and a friend of Lakshmana's. And it was under Vibhishana's guidance, O king, that Rama with all his troops crossed the great ocean by means of that bridge in course of a month. And having crossed the ocean and arrived at Lanka, Rama caused its extensive and numerous gardens to be devastated by his monkeys. And while Rama's troops were there, 2 of Ravana's counselors and officers, named Sukha and Sarana, who had come as spies, having assumed the shape of monkeys, were seized by Vibhishana. And when those wanderers of the night assumed their real Rakshasa forms, Rama showed them his troop and dismissed them quietly. And having quartered his troops in those woods that skirted the city, Rama then sent the monkey Angada with great wisdom as his envoy to Ravana. Thus ended section 281 in the Draupadi-harana Parva of the Vana Parva.